Space was quiet, dark, and endless. The stars shone like tiny sparks in the Black Sea. But in that silence, a shadow moved fast. Humans had spread across the galaxy, building colonies on distant planets. They thought they were safe, far from Earth, far from old wars. But safety is an illusion. On the colony of Nova Prime, children laughed in gardens under the bright sun. Farmers worked in fields that stretched for miles. Scientists watched stars through giant telescopes. Life was Bevis. Calm, peaceful, simple. Then, without warning, the sky changed. A strange black shape appeared beyond the clouds. It was huge, faster than anything humans had built. It blocked the sun for a moment, casting the planet into fear. No alarm sounded in time. No one understood what was coming. Then the bombs fell. Fire rained from the sky. Cities burned, towers collapsed. People ran, screamed, and hid. Nothing could stop the destruction. The air smelled of smoke, metal, and fear. Machines that humans built for daily life melted or shattered. The world turned to chaos in minutes. The aliens had come, and they believed humanity was weak. They believed humans would fall without a fight, but they did not know. They never knew. Humans are not so easy to destroy. Across the galaxy, on a mining colony called Astra 7, the same story repeated. Mines collapsed. Explosions shook the ground. Workers tried to escape in their shuttles. Most did not make it. The sky was filled with fire and metal. And the aliens did not stop. They thought they were winning, back on Earth. In the command bunkers long abandoned, old computers blinked to life. Lights flickered under the dust. One system hummed with power. Another started moving a mechanical arm as if waking from a deep sleep. Deep underground, machines that no human had seen in centuries began to stir. They remembered everything. They knew the threat. On the surface, humans on the surviving colonies looked up, their eyes wide with terror. Ships fell from the sky like shooting stars. Cities turned to ruins, and yet, somewhere far from them, a silent power began to rise. It did not belong to any colony. It did not belong to any government. It belonged to Earth itself. The aliens laughed as they bombed. They believed it was the end. They had destroyed every sign of human life. Every colony that resisted was burned to ashes. But Earth had secrets. Secrets buried long ago. Machines that slept for centuries, waited for a reason to awaken. And now, that reason had arrived, on the bridge of a colony ship escaping the flames. Captain Lyra watched the destruction below. She felt fear, anger, and disbelief. But even in that moment of despair, she sensed something strange, a feeling that humans were not as powerless as they seemed. A whisper from the past seemed to call out. They did not know. They made one mistake. Earth was not empty. The aliens did not hear it. They did not care. They thought victory was near. But in the quiet darkness, hidden under mountains, oceans, and forests of Earth, the first war machines began to awaken. Their eyes glowed faintly under centuries of dust. They moved silently, purpose clear, mission ready. And humanity's silent defenders began to stir. The sky over the colonies burned red. But far below the surface, a different fire started. A fire of power, precision, and revenge. The war machines waited for no orders. They only remembered. They only prepared. Humanity had been caught off guard. But Earth was never defenseless, and soon the galaxy would learn a truth long forgotten. The humans who survived could not yet see it. The aliens could not yet feel it, but the war machines were waking. And nothing in the stars would ever be the same again. Far from the burning colonies, Earth slept quietly. Its oceans moved in slow, endless waves. Its forests whispered to the wind. Mountains hid secrets under their frozen peaks. Humans had long left this planet to explore the stars. They thought Earth was old, weak, and abandoned, but Earth had not forgotten. Deep under the crust, in hidden bunkers and secret chambers, ancient machines stirred. Rust fell from their metal bodies. Gears creaked, but life returned. The systems hummed softly, a sound like breathing in the dark. Some machines had been asleep for hundreds of years, waiting for a time when humanity would need them. That time had come. On the surface, humans who had survived the attacks looked at the sky with fear. Messages of destruction spread like fire across the colonies. Ships carrying refugees sailed through space, carrying children, families, and wounded soldiers. No one knew what was coming next, but on Earth, something had already begun to move. Deep in the oceans, enormous shapes shifted beneath the waves. Metal bodies, larger than any city, emerged slowly, their movements careful, precise, almost intelligent. They were machines designed for war, machines designed to protect humans, machines that remembered every attack ever made against humanity. They did not ask questions, they did not fear, they only prepared. On Earth, a network of underground bunkers connected every machine. Each chamber activated sensors, lights, and control panels. Old computers booted with memory older than most humans. Patterns of past wars appeared on glowing screens. Records of enemies, strategies, and battles long forgotten. All of it waiting for the day when humans were threatened again. The aliens had not scanned Earth deeply. They never knew about the buried fleet. They never knew about the silent army. Sleeping in mountains and oceans, they believed Earth was empty, a relic of the past, but they were wrong, very wrong. On a small island in the Pacific, a lone research facility shook with energy. Machines under the floorboards began to rise. Water pumps hissed as tubes carried power to weapons unseen. Lights glowed in hidden hallways, and doors that had not opened in centuries creaked. A small AI system blinked its eyes, scanning the horizon, sending silent signals across the planet. Humans on distant colonies had no idea. They could only watch the destruction of their homes and hope to survive. But Earth's secret was awakening. Piece by piece, machine by machine, the planet's defenses had been hidden for a reason, waiting for the moment when humans were truly in danger. Deep under the frozen mountains of Antarctica, a massive war machine moved, its metal feet leaving marks in the ice. Its eyes glowed red under layers of frost. It activated its weapon systems, checking every cannon, missile, and shield. It did not speak. It did not hesitate. It only remembered. And it only followed one command: protect humanity from orbit. Alien scouts watched Earth, but they saw nothing unusual, just an old planet. Quiet, lifeless, abandoned. They had no idea that below the surface, the planet was alive, preparing for the revenge it had kept secret for centuries. The aliens had no warning and no time to prepare. On Earth, humanity was hidden, scattered and weak, but beneath the surface, the power of centuries waited, waiting for the right moment, waiting for the enemy to strike too far. And when the time came, The war machines would rise like a tide of fire, steel and metal moving with perfect precision, and the galaxy would remember the true strength of Earth. The humans who survived still prayed for safety, still tried to escape, still hoped for mercy. But Earth had been silent too long. Earth had been underestimated. And the first signals from the ancient machines were ready to reach the stars. The galaxy thought humanity was falling, but Earth had already begun to awaken. And when it rose, the war would change forever, deep beneath Earth's mountains and oceans. The war machines moved with silent purpose. Centuries of dust and rust fell away as their metal bodies stirred. They had been built by humans long ago, not for war between colonies, but for a time when humanity itself was threatened. That time had come. The first machines emerged from underground bunkers, towering over forests. Their arms ended in weapons long forgotten, but precise and deadly. Each movement was calculated. Like the thinking of a mind without fear, their sensors scanned the horizon, searching for the invaders who had dared to destroy human colonies. Above the surface, humans looked at the sky, terrified and helpless, but they could not yet see what was rising from Earth, what was moving under mountains, under oceans, and beneath deserts. Machines older than most civilizations were beginning to take their place. And they remembered everything, every attack, every enemy, every loss. In orbit around Earth, satellites and drones blinked to life, sending signals to the machines. A network older than any human government connected them, ancient AI controlled. Weapons that had not fired in centuries, and now, with one command, they were ready. On the largest war machine, a massive dreadnought hidden in the Arctic, its engines roared to life. Metal limbs stretched like giants waking from sleep, cannons aligned, shields activated, and sensors scanned for targets across the sky. These machines had no fear, no hesitation, no mercy. They only knew one thing: protect humanity. Meanwhile, alien scouts entered the solar system, expecting an easy victory. They had destroyed colonies without resistance. They believed humans were weak, scattered and finished. But the war machines did not fight like humans. They did not run. They did not hesitate. They struck with precision and force. A fleet of war machines rose from the Pacific Ocean, massive and unstoppable. Waves of metal and fire moved toward the alien armada. Missiles launched with deadly speed. Shields reflected alien attacks. The invaders had never faced anything like this. Their weapons failed. Their ships exploded in the void of space. Humans watched from hiding, unable to believe their eyes. Refugees whispered in fear and awe. Are these our machines? The war machines moved in perfect formation, communicating silently through networks older than any living human. Every weapon fired, every movement calculated, every alien ship destroyed on land. Smaller machines scuttled through forests and deserts. They hunted. Alien scouts. They destroyed landing ships. They protected humans too weak to fight. The ancient war machines were unstoppable, and the aliens were beginning to realize their grave mistake in orbit. The largest of the war machines activated its energy weapons. A beam of pure light and power cut through the darkness of space. Alien warships exploded like fireworks. Debris scattered across the stars. The universe shook with the return of humanity's lost strength back on Earth. The humans began to hope, for the first time since the colonies were attacked. They saw the true power of their home planet. Machines that had been buried for centuries now stood as defenders of all humanity. The aliens had awakened them too late. The war machines did not need humans to fight. They were autonomous, precise, and unstoppable, and yet humans felt pride, hope, and a rising power within. Humanity had been underestimated. Humanity had been thought weak, but now Earth itself had risen. Its guardians ready, the sky burned with alien fire. But Earth's metal warriors burned brighter. The first battle had begun, and the galaxy would never forget the name of humans again, for the war machines did not ask for mercy. They only remembered, they only protected, and they only destroyed. Those who threatened humanity, the humans who survived, whispered, watched, and hoped. And deep in their hearts, they knew the galaxy was about to learn the true meaning of human strength. The sky above the alien fleet burned red. Alien ships were in chaos, alarms screaming across their hulls. They had thought humans were weak. They had thought the colonies were easy prey. But now, the war machines moved like a storm. Metal titans rising from Earth's oceans, forests, and deserts. Missiles launched with deadly speed, tearing through alien cruisers. Energy beams cut through shields, disintegrating ships in seconds. The aliens tried to fight back, but their weapons bounced uselessly off metal armor. Their fleet scattered, many destroyed before they could even react. On the surface of human colonies, survivors watched in awe. Refugees who had hidden in bunkers now climbed to see the sky. They saw enormous machines in formation, moving with precision. They saw metal giants crushing alien landing forces. Their fear slowly turned into hope, and hope into pride. Captain Lyra, aboard a damaged colony ship, watched the battle unfold. Her eyes widened, heart pounding. She had survived the initial attacks, but even she could not believe the power now. On humanity's side, she whispered, Earth has not abandoned us. We are not alone. In orbit, the largest war machines moved like kings of the void. Their weapons fired in unison, destroying alien command ships. Alien leaders screamed at their crews, retreat, fall back. Earth is not empty. But escape was impossible. Every route was covered, every fleet intercepted. On the ground, smaller machines advanced, crushing alien soldiers who had landed on the colonies. The humans who had hidden now fought. Alongside them, wielding rifles and grenades, but the machines needed no help. Their weapons never missed. Their movements were flawless. A dance of metal and death. Across space, Earth's machines pushed forward, wave after wave. Alien scouts who had come to destroy humans were now trapped. Their ships exploding in fire and metal. The galaxy watched in shock as humanity's lost. Power returned. A civilization thought weak could become a force unstoppable. Back on a destroyed colony, families who had survived ran to safety. Seeing war machines protect them brought tears to their eyes. Humans had feared the end, but the end had not come. The tide of battle had turned, and humanity had struck back. The aliens tried to regroup, sending massive reinforcements, but Earth's defenders were faster, smarter and stronger. Machines moved like shadows across planets, attacking fleets before they could land. Alien pride and confidence shattered in seconds. They had underestimated humanity, and it would cost them everything. Captain Lyra led survivors in coordinating attacks from orbit, guiding smaller ships to support war machines on the ground. Humans and machines worked together seamlessly, a force no enemy could defeat. In the void of space, the alien armada burned. One ship after another destroyed, they had learned a lesson too late. Humanity was not weak. Humanity was not alone. The colonies were not lost. They were being saved by powers they could not imagine. The humans who survived whispered thanks to Earth itself, and deep underground, more war machines stirred, preparing. For the next wave, the galaxy had been warned. Humanity had returned, and those who attacked would never forget it. The first real counterattack had begun. The humans struck back with the power of their lost technology, the fury of their hidden defenders, and the unstoppable force of Earth itself. The alien leaders stared at the holographic maps in their command ship, their faces pale with fear. Their claws trembled over control panels. The colonies they thought destroyed were alive with activity. But it was not the humans themselves that moved. It was something far older, far stronger, far more terrifying. Reports came in from every fleet, every scout destroyed, every landing craft vaporized, every planet in the system under siege. Alien soldiers whispered of giants made of metal, machines that remembered everything, machines that struck with perfect precision. And the more the aliens learned, the more they panicked in the command room of the largest alien warship. Admiral Krath slammed his claw onto the table. We underestimated them. They were not weak. They were never weak. His voice echoed through the room, shaking every officer present. Fear spread faster than fire. They realized their mistake, but it was already too late. Back on the planets, the war machines moved like gods of war, crushing alien strongholds, destroying supply lines, hunting every ship that dared to approach. The aliens had never seen such coordination, such power. It was as if the planet itself was alive, protecting its children, defending humanity. The alien scientists scrambled to understand the machines. Their scans revealed metals older than their own technology. AI systems more advanced than anything in their history. Weapons designed with perfect balance. Speed and intelligence, every detail accounted for. Every weakness covered, and yet they could not find the humans who had built them. They had vanished, leaving only their creations behind. In panic, the alien fleets began to retreat. But Earth's war machines blocked every escape route. The sky above their ships turned into a river of fire. Energy beams cut through alien engines. Missiles ripped apart command vessels. Alien fleets that had once attacked freely were now being hunted and destroyed. Admiral Krath watched the destruction unfold, disbelief frozen on his face. Earth was never just a planet. It was a fortress, a weapon, a warning. He could not finish. The knowledge alone terrified him. They had thought humanity was small, scattered, and weak. But humans had prepared. They had planned. They had hidden power for centuries, waiting. For this moment, every corner of the galaxy began to whisper of Earth's strength. Survivors from the colonies sent messages to distant systems, warning other species of what had awakened. The legend of human power spread like wildfire across stars, systems, and planets. The story was clear. Attack humanity, and you face the wrath of Earth itself. On a hidden orbital station, humans watched the aliens flee. Their hearts beating fast. They had survived. They had fought back. But more importantly, they had reminded the galaxy of what humanity could do. The machines had not only protected them, they had sent a clear message. No one should ever underestimate humans again. Deep beneath the surface of Earth, more war machines stirred. Preparing for any threat that might come next, they waited silently, watching the stars, their eyes glowing faintly under centuries of dust. And humans finally understood, Earth was not just a home, it was a fortress. A weapon and a promise. The aliens had learned their lesson. But humans did not need to speak. Their power had done it for them. Every system destroyed, every fleet scattered, every attempt to underestimate humanity crushed. The galaxy now knew. Humans were not weak. Humans were not defenseless. Humans were unstoppable when pushed. And somewhere, deep underground, one last network of war machines activated, sending signals across the planet, across colonies, across the stars. A silent warning for any who would dare attack. Humanity had returned, and this time, the galaxy would remember. The alien fleets were in full retreat, their ships burned, engines failing, panic spreading across every command. Every admiral knew they had underestimated humanity. Every soldier who survived whispered stories of the metal giants, the war machines, the unstoppable force that had destroyed them. But humanity did not chase them endlessly. The humans who survived did not seek unnecessary revenge. They had learned from history. They had risen to defend, not to conquer, and the war machines followed their orders perfectly, protecting their survivors, destroying threats, but not more than needed. From the largest orbital station above Earth, a message was sent, a simple warning. Clear in every language the galaxy could understand. Do not attack humanity. Do not underestimate us. Earth remembers. Humanity protects what is ours. Any who come will face the same fate. The words traveled faster than any ship, reaching distant stars, warning all civilizations of